Oh man, I'm getting blasted. Oh, that's terrible. We're in like a full-on snow blowing off the trees situation here. Alright, so today we're talking about how customers and clients make buying decisions. And you may be wondering why I'm outside and why I'm freezing out here. And well, it all comes down to a recent purchase that I made and all of the factors that went into it. And you see, only recently did I purchase a brand new snowblower. I know, pretty exciting. But the reality is that I've been shoveling snow for a whole lot of years. And what was it that finally kind of tipped the scale and prompted me to go make this investment? Well, as you may have guessed, there's a number of factors involved. And the same factors at play in my decision are the same things that are going to influence your customers and your clients for your business. So it pays to talk about them, it pays to understand them, and it pays to know so you can implement them in your business. Alright, so the first factor involved with what finally prompted me to go out there and buy a snowblower was pretty much deciding on the pain versus pleasure aspect. And this is the same thing that your customers and your clients go through when they're trying to make a buying decision. Basically, they're either doing it to avoid pain or to get pleasure. Now, in the case of a snowblower, this is very much pain avoidance, because I don't know too many people that enjoy blowing snow. But the reality is, if you've got snow, you got to get it off the driveway. So you can do it the old-fashioned way with a good old shovel, which I've been doing for years, but really it's kind of a pain and it's not a lot of fun, which is why I finally invested in getting that snowblower, which really was to avoid the pain rather than to gain pleasure of actually performing the task. And this is the same thing that your customers and your clients go through when they're trying to decide on your product or service. Are they trying to benefit or get some sort of value from it in the form of pleasure, or are they trying to avoid pain, in which case your business is going to help solve them with that? Now here's the thing, some people are going to be more motivated by the pleasure aspect of your product and some are going to be more motivated by the pain avoidance aspect of your product. But if you had to put them against each other, the avoiding pain camp is going to be significantly stronger because we're often willing to do a lot more things to avoid pain than we are to get pleasure. So when it comes to the messaging and the phrasing and all the marketing around your product, you want to make sure that you're going to appeal to both sides of these camps by highlighting the benefits of what's going to happen if they do invest in your product, but also announcing and highlighting the negative aspects if they don't take action. So basically, what's going to happen if you do take action and what's going to happen if you don't, which is going to allow you to cover both the pain and the pleasure aspect. The next way that customers make buying decisions is understanding that most purchases are emotional decisions. In fact, pretty much all purchases are emotional decisions, even when it comes down to things like a snowblower. Snow's gonna follow me here any second now. I'm just kind of waiting for it. Oh man, I'm getting blasted. Oh. Now this is really important to understand because if you understand that someone's coming and they're going to make an emotional decision first and then back it up logically, it'll very much influence the messaging and the style of marketing you decide to use. This is why telling stories and kind of trying to convey things with metaphor and simile and things like that are really effective in your marketing. So at any time you have the opportunity to tell a case story or give a testimonial or show someone with a similar benefit, you're gonna do amazingly well compared to if you just give the cold hard facts or the kind of the statistics or any of the just raw data about the product. Like when it comes to the snowblower again, I didn't really care how much snow it could move or how many RPM the motor was or any of those things. All I really cared is it going to help me get the snow off my driveway? Also, I really resonated with the messaging of this particular snowblower. It was a Greenworks, it's battery powered, it's kind of hippie-ish and clean energy, which is what people are into here on the West Coast. So it fit with the story that I told myself about the kind of person that I am. And the third and final way that I want to cover about how customers and clients make buying decisions is in weighing the value of the product or service that you're trying to sell. Now, keep in mind, we're talking about value here and not just cost. Of course, there are those cost-sensitive customers out there who are strictly going to make decisions based on cost, but I would like to recommend you don't go for them in your business and you instead try to attract a value-based customer. Now, when you're going after the value-based customer, what they're going to do is they're going to weigh the perceived costs of buying your product versus the perceived benefits they're going to get from it. And if the perceived value is higher than the perceived cost, they'll often make a transaction. If, on the other hand, you're not telling a good enough story about the benefits and the experience and all the good things that are going to come with the product in a nice conveying story, well, they're not going to really understand, and so they're not going to be as apt to buy. Your goal here in influencing the customer's buying decision is to make your product or service as much of a no-brainer as possible, which means that the value is perceived to be far greater than the costs involved. Alright, so let's wrap this up. The way that customers make buying decisions and the 3 key principles that you can use to ethically influence them are: number 1, keep in mind whether they're trying to avoid pain or gain pleasure. Number 2, understand that buying decisions are emotional, so always lead with stories first and appeal to the emotions, and then back those up with the logical facts and statistics and case studies and testimonials and all that stuff after. And finally, number 3, make sure that the perceived value of your product and service is significantly greater than the cost involved with acquiring whatever it is that you're selling. Alright, so thanks so much for watching. Let me know in the comments below which one do you think is going to have the greatest impact on your business, and let me know any ideas you have about how you're going to be able to apply them in your business, as I'd love to hear them. Also, if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, now's probably the time to do so. Also, for more tips like this, make sure to head over to AdamErhart.com and sign up for the Modern Marketing newsletter, because this is where I share the latest and greatest tips and strategies that I don't have a chance to share anywhere else. So thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you next time.